Hiya folks, and welcome back to Fishing with Den. Well, today we're back in the Snag Pit Swim. It was the one that I did the slider fishing video on a few weeks ago. Had plenty of fish, but there was snags all over the place. There's a post underwater down there which looks like a fence post, but it's under probably 8 feet of water. There's a big snag down over there. There's snags somewhere down under here, but I don't know what they are. And I've got on that side, I've got overhanging branches and trees and dead stuff in the water. Now, when I fished the slider float, I was fishing about 20-25 meters out, so I was pulling the fish sort of horizontally towards me, as you do. And I think that was what was causing part of the problem with the fish being able to snag me up. So today, I'm back on the same swim, determined to get it right, because there are, I think, some big fish in here. I just don't know how big, because I kept getting broken up last time. So I've got a pole, and I'm fishing heavy. I've got the slick, I think it's seed 20 to 22 elastic in. I've got 8-pound Guru breaking strain main line, which is 0.28mm, and a 6-pound drag line Guru again, which is 0.25mm. And in order to stop getting snagged on everything that's out there, I've decided to fish a little bit closer. If you remember, I was fishing a slider, so we were looking at 11-12 feet deep. We've had some rain since then, so it's probably more like 13 feet deep. And what happens is, it starts off down here. If I just actually take this out for you, put it in down there, very shallow look. And then as I go out, move that round a bit. As I go out, still pretty shallow. And now I'm just starting to drop off. And as I'm doing this, I can feel this plummet hitting rocks. Just like that. So, a bit further out, and it's gone down quite a bit. And then when I get to a top 2 plus 3, at that point there, I've actually hit a kind of a flat piece. And it's only about sort of this wide, and it shelves up that way and it shelves up this way. The bottom's all over the place. It's not a commercial, it's a natural venue, so you never know what you're looking at. If I go a bit further to there, you can see we've gone under. Still got a little bit of a shelf there, but just after that it just slopes down very steeply until you're in about 12 or 13 feet of water. So today the idea is I'm going to fish at top 2 plus 3, which is probably what, 8 meters, and I guess 7 or 8 meters. And when I hit a fish, I'll be lifting up and keeping the line vertical. So where that post is over there, I'll be going around it, because the line will be going like that, instead of going around the side from a horizontal pull like when I was on the waggler. Hook size is a size 12, and I'm just going to use sweet corn, and let's see what happens. I've actually got another swim just over to here, just in case this one dies off a bit later. Again at a top 2 plus 3, but then as I've found, going to the left here, it actually goes quite shallow. So I've got 2 places to fish. I'm hoping I'm not in too many rocks down there, but we'll get out there and we'll start fishing. Just take this plummet off, get the rubbish off the bottom. I've had a fair bit of rain recently, so there's probably all sorts of stuff been stirred up, so I really don't know how this is going to pan out. But I'm hoping that the fish are as big as I first thought in here, and maybe we can have some decent sized lumps today. So I'm going to go out and I'm going to put the 2 bits of corn on like I just showed you. I'm going to use the backrest on the pole here. I've got a marker over there I'm aiming at. Okay, and I'm going to feed with sweet corn, and in a minute I'll be feeding with some pellets, but I didn't get them out yet because it's just occurred to me it was raining when I arrived and I haven't got them out. I've also got some ground bait, so I'll be feeding with a bit of that. It's probably going to take me half an hour or so to get a bite. Let's see how we go. First bite. Don't think there's any snags just immediately where this one's going off to, but a bit further to the left last time there were plenty. giving the old 20 to 22 elastic a bit of a stretch, isn't he? Oh, fish. He's on the surface. Now he's kiting left to where those snags were, so I'm actually going to hold the rod up a little bit so I can see where they... Ah, yeah, he's fairly shallow, so he shouldn't be snagging up anything just immediately there. And he's trying to get me under the bank now. Oh, he's reasonable. Right, I think we've had the initial rush. We'll get some elastic back. See what happens next. Right underneath the tree to my left. Oof. He knows where he's going. Right. Come on, fish. Ah, it's right under the tree again. Right. I've got a good 5 feet drop down to the water here. It probably doesn't look like it on the camera because that kind of foreshortens things, but it's a decent old drop. This is a 3 metre long landing net handle and I'm on the last bit, look. Oh, come on, fish. Right. Got some go, hasn't he? There we go. Gotcha. Huh. He's not a 1 pound fish, that's for sure. Oh. That's a decent fish. Oh. Oh. And landing net weighs £1.3 and he weighs £9.6, so that's £8 3 ounces for the first fish. So quite a reasonable fish. I'm not going to take him out the net because he's a bit lively still, but hopefully you can see the length of him. Nice fish. Oh, covered in slime and all sorts there. Still, first fish. Get back out there, see what else is happening. As I said, just a couple of bits of corn, size 12 hook. And away we go again. I'll just feed a little bit of bait. I think I've lost the shot, but it's only a number 8 if I have, and to be honest, with these fish, you don't need to have it dotted down. Not like F1s or anything like that. Not only that, means you can see it on the camera. Okay, so start recording. Off we go again. Got to be careful because somewhere out there, where that is now, is that post. Anywhere about there-ish. So I'm keeping the rod high up so that we end up parallel with the post instead of going around it. Not the way you'd normally do it. Pretty small actually, this one, for somewhere like this and for this tackle, but came in a lot quicker, didn't it? Yeah, he's probably in the standard range for a lot of these places, in the sort of £3 or so. He just hooked though. Right, I'm now going to go across and just change that swim over there, but I have to go a little bit shallower over there, so I'm going to keep the same rig on because, well, it's a pleasure day and there's no point in getting lots of rigs out and setting everything up. I'm just going to make this one work. Okay, let's go out to that left hand swim, as I said then. Remember, this isn't a commercial, it's not overstocked with lots and lots of fish. These fish have probably never seen a bait before, other than the stuff I put in with the slider float, but that was some weeks ago, and so they probably have never seen any bait before, and they do spook somewhat easier than commercial fish. And that literally hit the bottom and went under. Amazing. I hadn't even got time to change that camcorder around to show you the bite. Bit of fish, not as big as the first one. Not fighting as well as the first one either. Could do without these big steep banks all the time though. Seems everywhere I go there's a steep bank. Don't get any platforms really over here. Very occasionally on a club match or something. Right, come on fish. I don't know, what's this, 3 or 4 now? Swam into the net for me, thank you. Well, he's a decent enough fish though. I'd say he's probably in the £6 range, this one. Massive gob. Again, I'm not going to show you just yet. I'll show you if there's a really big one, but you've all seen carp before. Literally, last time I put it in, bait hit the bottom and the float just kept going. A lot of scum on the top surface today, and that was pretty instant as well. It's creating me a few issues with trying to keep the line sunk, but I've got a back shot on. I just use a number 6, I don't get too much finesse going on with it. Some people use number 8, some people use 2 number 8s. Some people actually use an even bigger shot than me. It really is down to personal preference to a large extent. This one's quite a small one. Right, let's see if we can get one more down there and then move back to the other swim. Got to remember to go that bit deeper again. There we are. A few bits of pellets, a few bits of corn. I'm just using this small punch, my homemade ones. Bit of ground bait, probably put another 2 of those in for now. This may seem like a lot to some people, but frankly it's nothing when you look at the size of some of these fish. They can swallow these balls of ground bait in one go without even thinking about it. Okay. A little bit slower this time to get a bite, but still a few there. They seem to like to come to the surface on this place. I don't quite know why. Not as though I'm holding the rod down low, or the pole down low, to encourage them to do that, but they are. We had that one good fish right at the start, but Other than that, we had what, that one about £6 I suppose, and the rest of them have been fairly small. So there's a few year classes in here. I've actually got no idea how much the biggest one might weigh. As I say, nobody ever fishes this pond, and I've only done it once. Right, I've had 3 from there, so I'll leave that to rest again, and we'll go back out and we'll have a go on the right hand swim again. I've got the depths marked on the pole with some white Tipex lines here, so I can go up and down without any hassle. It just means the lead between the tip of the pole and the float's a little bit longer than I would have liked, but like I say, it's a pleasure day. I'm not going to bother to set up 2 rigs of slightly different depths for this. If it had been a match I would, but not for this. Just going to make it easy on myself and enjoy it. Whoa, this one's gone deep. And that was pretty instant, wasn't it? Don't know what snags are actually down on that side down there close in anymore. The wind tends to bring in sort of branches and logs, and then eventually over time they tend to sink, and that's probably what a lot of these underwater snags are. But luckily today, touching wood, I haven't actually had any issues with snags. That may be because I'm fishing a lot closer in than I did on the slider, and it may also be, like I said, because we're fishing the line more horizontal, more vertical than horizontal. Not huge. Well, it's pretty much instant now, isn't it? So, as I say, maybe this feeding the 2 swims is what's helping me today. Oh, in the net. Probably 3.5, 4 pound. Oh, it's going out towards that post. Don't mind it being out there, that seems to be quite reasonable there. Right, let's get the pole a bit lower now. Now we're away from the snags I know about. I think this is a reasonable fish. It's not huge, but it's perfectly reasonable. Lots of rubbish on the top, bits of grass and green sort of pondweed stuff. I think after this we'll see if we can get one more down there, and then we'll go back, rest that one, and go to the left again. You could argue that I could carry on just fishing the same swim and keep feeding it up, but again, I've found on these natural venues that quite often, if you try and do that, you can end up with an issue where they just disappear altogether for the rest of the day, and you've got to find somewhere else to fish elsewhere in your swim. this time. Good job this is a strong landing at handle. Yeah, I'd say that's another good 6 or 7 pounder. Nice fish. Not going to weigh him this time. Oh, and then a hook's come out in the net, look. Barbless hooks as always works for me. Small one, I think, this one. Yep, not very big at all, really. No idea how many I've got. It must be in the region of 10-ish now. I've not even bothered to try and count them. I'm catching them that quick. Right, I'll call it quits on that one and go to the next one on the left hand side again and just repeat the process. Same again. I was looking at the phone then and just glanced up, floated gone again. Now you may not be able to see this left hand side, so what I'm going to do is, unless I catch something really big out of it, I'm not going to probably record too many fish from there, because if you can't see what I'm doing, it kind of defeats the object, I suppose. So, as I say, unless it's a big one. This could be bigger. Oh, he's heading for that tree, that stump around that. It's over there somewhere. Right where that is, right above. Wow. Can't quite see the stump today, but I know it's there, and it's about that far under the surface and goes all the way down to the bottom. It's about, oh, I don't know, 100 millimeters square, 4 inches square, something like that. And I lost quite a few fish on it in that last one. Okay. Just give him a chance to tire himself out a bit. Not actually all that big, he just fought well. As I say, I'm trying to keep the rod higher today because I want to keep it more vertical because of snags, just in case you've arrived a bit later in the video. Don't know how many other of those posts there are in here, but in some of the other places I fish, you've got an old fence line where they've cut the barbed wire off but left all the posts in the water. You may have seen it on some of my videos. Yeah, he's not actually all that big, look, he's just really, really fit. Still feeding the left hand line. This isn't quite as quick as it was before, but then what do you expect with all these fish coming out? Still, can't complain, can we? I'm just going to put a couple of balls of ground bait in. Oh. That's got to be a bite, yeah. It was kind of not moving much, but it was moving, so I struck because I knew it'd be on the end. A slow on this one. Yeah, it might be a decent one, I'm just not sure. Again, it's not huge, it's not a double figure or anything like that, but I know there must be double figure fish, well into double figures in here. It's just I seem to be attracting all the other fish. It's going down to the left and under the tree where all the rocks are. Get out of there. Get out of it. Wow. Well, he's found some energy. It's all over the surface. Saw the net. He's not bad. In fact, he's quite a long fish. He's sticking out the net there. Oops. Okay, well, I'm going to weigh him just out of curiosity. Oops, hit the tree. Right. I don't think he's massive. £8.4, so that'll make him what, £7.1. So yeah, nice fish. Not going to take him out of the net, but nice fish. Look, great big tail on him. Well, I just looked at my phone, and according to that, I've only been fishing for just over probably an hour and a half. So it's all been a bit fast and furious today, hasn't it? Oh, see what I mean? Straight in, straight under. Didn't need that second swim so far. Oh, don't be doing that. Don't want you going down to that stump. No, he was never going to come too easy, was he? Yeah. Are they getting a bit bigger on average? Is it just me? Because this one's a good 6 or 7 pound or so again. Yeah, good 6.5 this guy. Okay, well. I was going to stop for some lunch, but it's all a bit fast and furious, isn't it? Straight under. So they are obviously still there, but I desperately need a cup of tea now. So I think I'll give myself a break in a minute, keep feeding, but stop and have some lunch. I didn't arrive till, I think it was about, I don't know, half past 11 when I started fishing. No point in getting up early when you don't have to, is there? I'll just have one more cast and then we'll see. Flies now. Right. I don't think this is a big one. This old slick elastic, it's expensive, but it's good stuff, especially this heavy duty stuff. Definitely going to get this one, and then I'm going to stop for a cup of tea and some lunch. I love being retired. They say the school days are the best of your lives, but yeah, I've got to admit I'm living the dream now. Monday morning and no work to go to. Well, this is my work these days, isn't it? Making YouTube videos for you guys. The snags seem to be okay now. I think it's because I'm not so far out, and like I said, I'm not bringing the fish in where the line's horizontal from a rod. So I haven't actually been snagged up yet properly. Got caught on the rocks a couple of times down below me, but other than that, nothing too desperate yet. Okay. Well, hook's come out again. Definitely time for tea now. Okay, well, I've had my lunch. Still got some of my tea left, but quite excited about getting back in there. I've just been feeding little pellets of ground bait from that pellet punch thing, ground bait punch, whilst I was eating. Let's see how we go. Just reaching the bottom and I've got an indication going on. Strange bite though. Normally they're pretty much straight under, but this is just bobbing around. Well, that was different. Winter small ones again now. I think it's probably the smallest one of this session. Thank you. Oh, and the hooks fell out again. Well, maybe a pound. Go for it. Just hit the bottom and a bit of a lift. Probably, oh. There we go. Literally, it is so thick and fast now. Not catching anything as big as I would have hoped to, but I think I'm going to call it quits after this one. I've had a really good day. I mean, as I say, I haven't had anything massive, but what a great day's fishing. I've probably only been here for 3 hours fishing, and I have no idea how many fish I've caught. Obviously you won't have seen them all on the camera because I can't put them all in. You just get bored silly with it all. So I'll put the highlights in, and we'll chalk it up to Den having a success in the Snag Pit Swim. Just a shame we didn't catch anything bigger than that one that was, what, about 8 pounds or so. Anyway, that's it. Hope you enjoyed it. As always, if you did, click the like button. If you want to subscribe, yep, please feel free to do that too. And until the next time, bye for now.